Thank you very much. Wow, this is an incredible, important moment for me, particularly as I look around and see my faculty and my family and my friends all here. Thank you, Dr. Atkinson. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Stites. And he was tall when I first saw him, and even skinnier than he is now. I would especially like to acknowledge Dr. Atkinson and the endowment's contribution for this professorship and for this ceremony. Like Dale said, Dr. Atkinson's vision is and has been one of many endowed professorships. Partnership with the endowment has realized that dream and resulted in increased philanthropic support for this university and for the many wonderful investiture ceremonies. I would like to also acknowledge Joy McCann and the Joy McCann Foundation, which made this professorship possible. The Joy McCann Foundation is a private family foundation chaired by Joy McCann. It supports excellence in medicine, nursing, and science education and patient care. Over the years, the Joy McCann Foundation has contributed over $60 million. Kansas is fortunate for that largesse. I'd like to acknowledge several special people in the audience. First, my family, my husband Dave, who has always helped me, especially in telling me things I didn't want to hear, but I needed to know. It's true. Our sons Andrew and Adam and Brad and their wives, Nicole and Lisa. My sister Peg and her husband Gary, my nephew Matthew and his wife Sarah. Some very special friends are also in the audience. Dr. Barbara Lukert, whom I've known and admired my entire professional career. Dr. Marjorie Sirridge, who showed me you could have a career and a family. And my very special friend Virginia Jennings Nadeau, whose style and creativity has spilled over me in many, many ways. And my professional family, the School of Medicine, the Department of Internal Medicine, the Pulmonary and Critical Care Division, many of whom are here, and I thank you for that. And I would like to acknowledge two special female faculty here. Dr. Amy O'Brien-Nadner was the founder of our current WIMS organization in 1999. It was her vision that the KU WIMS program would provide all female faculty with the tools and the opportunity to succeed. Amy, wave to the audience. And Dr. Julie Way, the current president of WIMS. Her energy and vision has revitalized WIMS in the past year. She's reorganized it in an excellent fashion that is changing the culture of female faculty here. Congratulations, Julie. I would be remiss not to acknowledge Marty McLaughlin's assistance in WIMS and McCann this year. We are one of only a few academic medical centers with a dedicated WIMS website, largely due to Marty. And if you haven't visited it, please do so. It is really quite impressive, and it is a mark of the excellence of this WIMS program. And to paraphrase a common saying, I would say to you that behind every successful woman are many men who have helped her. Giants in my past included Bill Ruth, Roger Bone, Bill Surge. Giants for me today include Jerry Kirby, Doug Gerard, Glenn Cox, Bob Klein, Lee Norman, Joe Kiner, Bob Page, and of course, Steve Stites. I appreciate your help and thank you for all your support. The goals of the McCann Professorship are to assist the development of successful and satisfied female faculty. Faculty successful in their careers are more productive, more likely to be promoted, and more likely not to leave. Likewise, satisfied faculty are more likely to develop mentoring and network skills that advance their career and the career of others. As this WIMS organization and McCann Professorship matures, Our goals are to include women from the entire Kansas City medical community, including UMKC, the dental school, and private physicians. But as we look forward, I'd like now to look backward and see whose shoulder we are standing upon. As part of the collaboration with the Foundation for the History of Women in Medicine and Science, a national organization whose motto is preserving our past to influence our future, we are focusing on female physicians and scientists in the early years of our KU academic community. As part of the McCann Professorship, we will develop a website where this information and information that we're going to continue to gather will reside. To frame our history, I would note that the first woman to graduate from medical school was Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell in 1849. Her admission to all the leading medical schools was denied. When her application arrived at Geneva Medical College in Geneva, New York, the administration asked the students to decide. Thinking this was a practical joke, they endorsed the admission. And as they say, history was changed. Can I have the next slide? As we learned in our recent WIMS meeting, the first female physician in Kansas City was Avis Smith. Avis got an invitation to visit, but she was kind of reluctant because she was concerned about the Jesse James family. She decided to visit anyway, and when she came, the James family contacted her because of a difficulty in pregnancy. So she not only ended up staying in Kansas City, she became the James family physician. She and her partner, Martha Biddle, who she practiced with, went on to found the Women and Children's Hospital in Kansas City, which later became Children's Mercy. Pretty impressive, right? Can I have the next slide? In 1905, the University of Kansas became a full four-year school of medicine when two other proprietary medical schools and the two-year program in Lawrence were combined. This is an early picture of, we have in the history a medicine library, this actual catalog, and it was scanned for this presentation, and it shows the catalog of 1906 to 7. Can I have the next slide, Marty? And you can see what the little star is, the organizational instruction departments right next to summer school is a school of medicine. Included in this pamphlet was a history of how this school got started. There was a course in medical preparatory course from 1880 to 1899. In 1899, they decided to develop a two-year course, but they didn't think that they could have a four-year course yet because they didn't have the clinical land. So the next year, this history shows that Dr. Simon Bell, a physician here in Rosedale, donated the land to build the hospital so that there could be clinical materials and a full 4 years of medical school. This is a picture of the Eleanor Taylor Bell First Hospital. It was at 39th and Southwest Boulevard. You can see the nurses out in front. There was a school of nursing and a school of medicine, which were combined, and actually didn't split until, Arliss, you probably know, the 1960s or early 70s. What's that? 74. So the School of Medicine and School of Nursing were together for a long time. This is a picture of the first medical school class. Students in this class were automatically matriculated from these two proprietary schools. The first class included two female medical students, Melva Avery and Mildred Curtis. Both graduated, you see their circles, in 1906. KU's Jayhawker yearbook said this about Avery, and I quote, "The only fault she has is being a woman." End quote. The first female faculty at the KU School of Medicine was Ida Hyde. She was a professor of physiology. Remember, the first 2 years were still located on the Lawrence campus, so that's where she was during her entire career, and she had a long career at the School of Medicine. We are very fortunate here to have an excellent history of medicine library. Don McGinnis is our rare book historian, and Nancy Holston is the archivist. And Nancy went back and looked through all the original documents on the Lawrence campus and on the Kansas City campus to get an idea of who were the female faculty, at least in the first 20 years. This is enormously intensive work because it's not like they keep it any place on a computer. So all of the original documents have to be utilized, and here's what we see. In 1906, there were 4 female faculty, Dr. Hyde, and 3 clinical instructors. By 1913, we had our first physician on the faculty, but it was on the school of nursing faculty. In 1916, we had our first female MD on the school of medicine faculty. She was an OBGYN doctor, and she remained for 3 years. From then on, there were no MD clinicians on the faculty for the School of Medicine. You can see, though, there were increasing number of faculty, but they were usually in the School of Nursing. Well, this is a picture from the 1920s, early 30s. Do you think you know what building that is? Well, it's Murphy now, but it wasn't then. It's the Bell Memorial Hospital. The Bell Memorial Hospital, that was the new Bell Memorial Hospital. And it became Murphy Franklin Murphy was chancellor in 1948 to 1951. And after he was chancellor, then they renamed Murphy. So this is 39th and Rainbow in the early 30s. Well, where are we now? The Association of American Medical Colleges, the AAMC, publishes annually or biannually a report of women in medicine across all academic medical centers, basic science and clinicians. This is the latest report we have. As Dr. Stites said, half of all the assistant professors, the junior faculty, are women. This is a remarkable trend. It is not that old of a trend. It's occurred in the last 10 to 15 years, and it is a fabulous thing to happen. Regrettably, though, there is a gap at the mid-level and senior level of faculty. There are more than 2 to 1 men as versus women at associate professor level and 12 to 1 at the senior level. Therefore, I think you can see our work, what our work is to retain those junior faculty, to support them with the resources for their growth and development. So the WIMS chapter in Kansas, the McCann professor, serves as a resource for the development of professionally successful and personally satisfied female faculty as they navigate the labyrinth of academic medicine. I am thankful for this opportunity to do this work, and I assure you I am passionate about it. Thank you all for coming, and I very much appreciate this.
That was wonderful, and I